My name is Tyrese Simon, news writer for MMAnews.com. I had the pleasure of interviewing this man. He is 8-0 in his MMA career. He is ranked 10th in the lightweight Bellator division. He'll be fighting on November 17th at Bellator 301. Mr. Archie, King, Colgan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. It's 2 weeks out from the fight. 2 weeks out from weigh-ins today. Camp's been going great. Now, got a couple of hard a couple of hard training sessions left. And, then we'll start to wind down and just start to peak and gear up for the fight week.
That's crazy. So the last time we spoke was in June, and you were preparing for Emmanuel Sanchez.
Yeah.
And now we're a couple of months later, and now you're fighting again. How have you been able to spend some time with family, go on vacation since then, or since your last fight?
I definitely have been able to spend some time with family, but no vacations. There's, the time for vacation will come. Actually, I was thinking about taking a little vacation for the holidays.
Nice.
But again, those plans aren't made until, the job is done. And I figured that out after, November 17th. So those tickets haven't been bought. But yeah, I've considered taking a vacation after this fight. We'll see what happens. But, we'll see.
I don't know if you could say now, but any place you would like to go?
I mean, there's obviously places that we really would like to go, but I think just something real simple, just a short few days to Mexico, a little all inclusive, with the boys, or maybe down somewhere a little more warm. It's getting cold in Colorado, maybe Florida for a few days or something. Or my wife even suggested the other day, what if we just, took a few days and went up to the mountains and enjoyed some time. Got away from the city a little bit, and I'm down for that too. But obviously there's some other nicer places that financially,
right?
I don't know if we can pull off yet, but it'll come.
Going to Florida, going to the mountains sounds pretty nice, though.
Yeah,
that's pretty nice. But yeah, so the last time we spoke, you fought Emmanuel Sanchez, and you were looking for possibly the knockout. You didn't get it though, but you pretty much dominantly won the fight. Unanimous decision across the board. And, did the fight go the way you thought it was going to
go? No, not really. I did think I was going to finish this guy, man. Mm-hmm. And the opportunities that I had him hurt, he's a savvy vet and he figured his way out of them. So I give him his props on that. But, I thought with him being on, a few fight losing streak, him being the, former world title challenger, I thought he was going to bring a little more fight to the table, and I understand when he got into that space with me that, and we were able to exchange, he felt what was coming back. So maybe that deterred him a little bit from wanting to get in those exchanges. But yeah, I was surprised that when I took him down, he just closed his guard and kept his legs closed the entire time. I thought he would try to get up, or he would try and sweep, or he would try, some things, from, opening his guard and taking some sort of risk and trying to get up or submit or things like that, because he's trying to win. But he was pretty content with just keeping his guard closed, and which was the fault on me, which I've learned from, is that I was almost with the mindset when I took him down and he kept his guard closed and I was, landing shots, and I was like, well, you got to do something, bro, because you're losing the fight. When in reality, I should have forced him to open his legs. I should have forced the guard to open. I should have stood up and cleared the guard and then passed so that I can continue to do what I wanted to do, which was dominate. And I did dominate, but I wanted the stoppage. I'm not going to stop him from close guard. I have to open him up and get to, half guard or side control, and then I can really start to land some powerful shots. So, no, I thought he would have a different game plan a little bit. But yeah.
No, it's crazy because even though you didn't get the knockout or the finish, I still felt like it was an impressive win because you went 3 rounds with a guy that is a veteran in Bellator, has fought the who's who in the division, and you pretty much dominated him from round 1 to end of the fight.
I definitely am happy. I obviously, like I said, I wanted to finish, but I'm happy with it. I'm content with that. I needed a win like that against somebody of that caliber to understand, some things that I need to change. I need to do better in my game moving forward, and I have learned those things. And obviously, I haven't fought since then, so I've yet to prove that. I'll establish that into my fights. When it's showtime. But I believe that I've thought really hard on it, and come this fight, I'll prove that I've made those adjustments that I left on the table last time.
Let's get into your next fight, because we've talked about it before. You weren't looking for you didn't think you were going to get a title contenders fight or anything like that in your next fight. Obviously, you got the Bellator lightweight tournament still going on. But I did think a ranked opponent was going to be probably your next opponent. That's not the case. You're going to be fighting Peter Boist in your next fight on November 17th. How did that fight come together?
Mainly, well, really, it just came down to my manager sent me the opponent, and I was like, all right, let's do it. Basically, yeah, it was no like calling out. I actually met him at the last event, and he was a friendly guy. He came, said what's up, and he's I'm Ghanaian, so my mom is from Ghana. And he found out that I was Ghanaian through my Instagram, so he came up and said, hey, my dad's from Ghana. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So we're both like Ghanaian ties, so that's pretty cool. And we had that little conversation then. So and watched this fight. He watched my fight, and we both must have liked something that we saw there, because as soon as they sent me him, I was like, cool, let's do it. Whatever.
Nice. And the thing that's interesting is that he is on a 3-fight losing streak, but in this coming to this fight with you, you're the one that has the most to lose with this, right? Because you're the one that's ranked. You're the one that has all the juice and momentum going for you. He's somebody that's on a 3-fight losing streak. He doesn't have as much to lose, but you do.
Yeah.
How does that work out for you? Like, just mentally knowing that the pressure is kind of more on you to perform the way you have to perform against a guy that has nothing really to lose.
I guess I don't think about it. I think more of every fight is a new fight, and because it is really, I'm not the last 3 guys that he's fought, and he's not the last 8 guys that I fought, or it doesn't exactly match up that way. So you have to, if you get caught up in your previous fights, you're going to end up in a problem in your next fight. So I feel like I said with Sanchez, and I feel like he's going to bring his best version, and I just don't think it's going to be enough for me. Like, I just don't think that he presents the skills that it's going to take to beat me in an MMA fight. So I'm not worried too much about, like, I have to be my best self, and he's got to, all the pressure's on me. I got to be my best self, and he's got to show up, and it's got to be like this perfect fight for him, and he's just relaxed, and I got to be all tightened. Right. Because, I'm the 10th guy. I'm the guy who's on a winning streak. I'm the guy. I'm not worried about all that. Like, I got to win regardless. Right. Whether he's on an 8-fight win streak just like I am, he's undefeated, whatever it is, I got to win regardless. Like, the pressure is always on. You're in a fight. So my goal is to be the best. And, this guy's goal is to beat me. So, we're looking at 2 different visions.
Right. Technically, you're also on an 11-fight win streak. Like, you have 8 fights in your pro career, and then you have 3 fights in your amateur career. So you're really 11-fight win streak right now.
Yeah. That's crazy. That when you think about that, I don't even feel like I've fought that many times. 11 times is kind of a lot. I haven't fought that many times.
Listen, I think being an 8-fight win streak, 11-fight win streak, both are impressive. But the fact of you've had only 2 decisions, I think, in your whole entire MMA career overall.
Yeah.
Just purely just going by finishes for the most part. How do you see this fight playing out? Do you see a finish, or you're just taking how it goes?
I like to finish these guys. Of course I do, man. Yeah, I want to finish. I like to get finishes. You know, finishes keep people entertained, and
Right.
they keep you hot, and people want to see that. There's probably a reason why I signed with Bellator last July, and I fought going into my fifth time now.
Right.
Probably more active than anybody, not probably more active than anybody else on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
Up until that last one, everything was a finish.
Right.
People like to see finishes. So I'm doing my job. I want to get a finish in this fight. I think I will get it. Nah, I'm gonna get a finish this fight. Like that's gonna happen, bro.
Put it into existence.
Happen. Yes, it's gonna happen.
I can't wait to see it. I know after your last fight with Andrew Sanchez, I was very impressed, and I think there's gonna be another impressive performance on November 17th. Something I wanted to ask you. We talk about the future and what could come next, and I think you could be a title contender. But there is a little bit of murky waters happening right now. Obviously, as you know, Bellator is looking to be sold soon.
Yeah.
Soon potentially. Scott Coker's even talked about publicly that this is happening. When did you start hearing about that on your end?
I feel like it was right before Sanchez, around then, or maybe it was shortly after. I can't really remember exactly, but it was around that Sanchez fight that I started to hear some things like PFL and one at the time. It was PFL one and UFC was what I was hearing. Were interested in buying, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. And then it went down to just mainly PFL, and then it came to one, and then it was back to PFL. Then UFC was like really, really under the scene.
Yeah.
Not talking too much. And then, they started talking about like they might just dispose or dissolve completely, and then let those organizations pick which fighters they want. So probably around June, May, somewhere around there. And I'm still in the same boat that everybody else is. It's not like they're giving the inside information to the fighters.
Right.
I still don't know what's going to happen. I saw something the other day that they said PFL. I'm not sure if it's reliable or not, because I feel like if it was a true thing, all the big MMA organizations and not organizations, journalists and analysts and stuff, they would have been sharing this information too. And I've only saw it on one account, but I did see that they said PFL has purchased Bellator, but they're going to run separately for 2 years after starting 2024. So if that's true, I like that timeline for me. 2 years is plenty of time for me to make that title run and get that title. But I'm not sure what's going to happen. They could start at 2024 and just be like, hey, we're done. And then you got to go figure something out. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. I hope they stick around, because I do want to capture Bellator gold. And I feel like, 16 months or so is a perfect timeline for me to bang off, 3 or 4 fights, which would put me right into, title fight contention. Like I think.
You said before you turn 30, you want to try to be in that conversation.
No, I said before I'm 30, I want to grab the gold.
Oh, right. Sorry. I messed up. Yeah.
I want to be champ by 30. I want to jump back on this interview with you before I'm 30 with the strap on my shoulder.
We'll love it. Hopefully it all works out. Obviously you're kind of just like everybody else, like Scott Coker, just trying to figure out what happens next.
Nah, he knows what's going on. That man knows what's going on. For sure. He knows. He knows. He just probably is under some sort of push that he can't say what's going on and stuff.
So let me ask you this, right? So I don't know how this works. So if let's say PFL buys Bellator, right? Would in theory your contract now be under PFL, or would you be considered a free agent and being able to negotiate a new contract?
I'm not sure. I'm sure that I feel pretty confident that PFL is going to do whatever they can to make sure that when they're buying Bellator, they're spending all those millions of dollars to buy
Right.
hundreds of millions of dollars. You know, they're going to spend a lot of money, that they're going to make sure that they're getting as much of the talent as they can.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that probably means they're going to try and purchase everybody's contract, however that works. But, you know, that's kind of weird at the same time, because I'm pretty sure when you sign the contract, it's to Bellator. It's not to somebody else, or like, you know, parent company or something. So I don't know how it's going to work, but I can say pretty confidently that I feel like PFL is going to try and save their ass. You know, they don't want to buy Bellator and then all their best fighters just become free agents and slide out. You know, it's a waste of purchase then for them. So they're gonna make sure that they're gonna try and grab all the talent they can. I think it's the fighters' job to make sure that they put the right management and person in their corner to make sure that they can not get shafted in this deal, and to get the best contract moving forward, whether it's with PFL or going to UFC or one, whatever that is. Make sure that they, you know, are getting paid equal or more, and not, you know, just going from 50,000 to, you know, 10 and 10 or something.
10 and 10, yeah. Yeah, and you know, that's again, the future's a little bit murky right now. We really don't know what's going on. We'll probably have more information as, you know, time goes on, especially towards the end of the year. You know, but right now I think your focus is purely on, you know, Peter in November 17th, and I think you having another good performance. I see coming.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. Maybe you've been a fly on the wall in my training groups, but I'm a savage right now. No, seriously, man. Like I've made leaps and bounds of growth since my last fight. I think that I'm a much smarter and better fighter than he is, and than I was 4 months ago when I fought Emmanuel Sanchez, or 5 months ago when I fought Emmanuel Sanchez.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see it. Before I let you go, I did want to ask you one question. All from MMA.
Yep.
Marvel.
Yeah.
Have you been keeping up with it since we last talked?
Nah, not really too much, man. I've been, you know, I've had the two boys, and I've just
congratulations
been
again.
Thank you. I just been kind of lost in, you know, training and coaching and being dad, and I haven't been doing too much outside of, you know, those things. But I've been seeing some things. Obviously they're not true yet, but I've been seeing some people talking about the Planet World War Hulk and stuff like that, and I'm like, that kind of gets me a little excited. But no, I don't know what they're doing. What you got? What's the
I mean, we got you know, the Marvels coming out. I think next week the Marvels comes out. The next big Marvel movie.
Is that a movie?
Yeah, you got Deadpool coming out next year. Deadpool 3. They're gonna bring in all the old X-Men back. You got Wolverine coming in. I've heard about Gambit and all these different characters coming back from the old Fox days coming in. And then
did they get Wolverine rights now?
So they get Wolverine's rights in the sense of they have to have Hugh Jackman come in to finish out his role. So there's old contracts they got to finish out. So that's why they're gonna have the old actors come back and reprise their roles one last time.
Okay, and then they could just take it how they want.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's weird.
And then there's a report going out now. I don't know how true it is, but Dr. Doom may be coming in sooner than we think. So he may replace Kang.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, so there's a lot of Marvel goodness happening right now, and I can't wait to see what happens. I would like to see you review a Marvel movie or a Marvel project.
Yeah, you know, if I really sat down and watched it, you know, 2 or 3 times, I would do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when Infinity War came out. Personally, I think Infinity War was better than Endgame. I don't know if everybody agrees with that, but I think it was better.
I agree.
I liked the fact that Thanos won. Like, bro, you don't gotta have the good guys win every time. Like, it's not real,
right?
Like, you don't need the good guy to win every time. And when Thanos won, I was like, nice.
He dropped the moon on somebody.
I know. Go on, bro. He destroyed the whole moon and pulled that thing down. So I would have reviewed that one. Man, that movie was that movie was chef's kiss, except for obviously, you know, you get to know me the way they did my boy Hulk.
Oh yeah,
Lee, he got a 3-piece and a soda early in the movie and then disappeared. I was like, man, I could have sworn that last scene he was gonna bust out the Hulk Buster scene fight, and I was like, nah.
He's like, nah, it's not happening. It's not happening. Well, man, I'm looking forward to your next fight. I can't wait to do this again and kind of talk about what your win and what's coming next. And you know, obviously the future is murky, but you have a lot in front of you right now, and I think fans are gonna be looking forward to November 17th seeing you fight Peter.
Yeah, I think so too. Tune in and get ready for a good show.
Before we go, anybody you want to shout out your sponsors?
Yeah, you know, I'll obviously shout out my team, my coaches and training partners. You know, they've been helping me a lot throughout my entire career, but especially this camp. And then my sponsors, My Fit Foods. That's actually what I was heating up right before we jumped in here. You know, they keeping me right and help change my body a little bit between these last 2 camps. I'm down like 7 pounds of fat and up like 5 pounds of muscle. So, you know, a nice little body change. Might be a little hard to cut. I don't know, but you know, it's been good.
I have faith in you.
I
have faith in you.
We'll get it done. We'll get it done. And then Alpha Country Training Nutrition. That's my supplement sponsor. They do a great job. Have great clean supplements. Been taking care of me. Also, obviously, a part to play in that body change. And a bunch of like other local little Colorado sponsors. But yeah,
shout out to Colorado. You guys are doing big this year. A lot of NBA championship. Got the Colorado Buffaloes. It's been good. It's been good.
Yeah, a couple of years ago we had the the Stanley Cup. Come on.
And now
few years ago, you know, we had the Peyton Manning.
Right. And now a
couple years in the future, you got world champ
Archie Colgan.
Yes, sir.
Archie Colgan. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. Good luck to you on this fight, and speak again.
All right, bro. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Signing off. My name is Tyree Simon with Archie King Colgan. Have a nice day, guys.
Later.